Without further ado, I would like to start today's proceeding by inviting Ms. Alissar Nasr, the Chief Academic Officer of Amsi School, for the opening remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Our esteemed guests, Mr. Arif Amiri, CEO DIFC, Mr. Ibrahim Janahi, Deputy CEO and Chief Commercial Officer at JAFZA, thank you both for making the time to be with us today. We are truly in gratitude. Young men of grade 11 and 12, Amsi guests, teams, colleagues from the media, our esteemed alumni. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the second Amsi Voices Conference. A few months ago in March, I stood on this very podium and addressed a beautiful audience of grade 11 and 12 girls. And I was surrounded by an amazing group of alumni from our schools, some of whom were gracious enough to be with us today. And it is with absolute pleasure that I'm standing here again, surrounded by a different group of incredible alumni and addressing you all, especially you, the boys of Mawakib and ISAS. This has been a rough week for our schools. We lost 2 Mawakibian icons. And as someone I love dearly always says, if you listen carefully to the walls of our schools, you will hear our stories. And boy, do they have so many about Mr. Joseph and Rakat Jishi. I cannot think of a better way to honor their memory than be right here with all of you and being part of your journey. My name is Alissar Nasr Soubra. I am Al-Mawakib class of 1984. I am a chief academic officer. I am a mother. I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am a wife. I'm a teacher. The list goes on, but today I am one thing only, just one thing. I am an Amsi voice. This conference is a forum that gives our alumni from Mawakib and ISAS a voice, an opportunity to reach out to you, our students, and share our experience, our stories, and our time. We are not here to teach, and we are not here to preach. What we want is to have you walk out of this hall later this afternoon with a lot to think about. More importantly, with some actual tips on how you can start your future today. Some of you will be inspired. Others may rethink their plans, and some will even stop what they thought they want to do and redirect. But all of you will remember this day, probably more than any lessons you had in class last week, I hope. I want to talk a little bit about our panelists here today. This astounding group of men with diverse talent, incredible experience, and brilliant careers. I guess what I want to say about them today is very simple. There is no prestige connected to being here today. There's no commercial drive. These gentlemen are here because if in any minute way, no matter how small, they can help you figure out what's next, then what made it worth it for them to be here. And for that, we are grateful to each and every one of them. With all my heart, to every panelist today, to Arif, thank you for taking time out of your lives to be part of ours. I know I speak on behalf of everyone who has had the privilege to teach you, to advise you, even fight with you, or be there for you in any way, in school or later. Not a day goes by that we are not grateful for the time we spent with you. And on a day like today, the realization comes to bear. We have a chance right here, right now, to tell you how proud we are of your accomplishments, but more of the kind of men you became. I know each of you has the power and the heart to change a life here today. But I promise you, some of these boys, they will end up changing yours too. To all of our boys in the audience today, this is an opportunity. Seize it. You remain the heart and souls of your schools, and we are living in the promise of your generation. You are often misunderstood and sometimes underestimated by society at large. But we do not subscribe to that fallacy. We believe in you, and we have faith in your capabilities, in your honor, and in your commitment to challenging the norms. We see it day in, day out in each of our schools. The young men who bring joy to activities represent themselves with so much respect and decorum. And you are a generation of hope, and we are counting on you. I want to single out our Amsi Voices Steering Committee today. At first, we were 5. All of them are here today, and all of whom once more gave so much to making this event happen, making yet another dream become a reality. Hind, Mariam, Manya, and Mahra. One word: love. This year, our group welcomed 4 new members, 4 incredible young men: Muhammad, Firas, Tariq, and Dino. From all my heart, thank you for your dedication, passion, commitment, and most of all, thank you for all the laughs. We make a fantastic team, and you have made the work that much more enjoyable. You made the difference that made this different. I'm almost done, don't worry. I started my career in education in 1988. I taught math in grades 7 and 8, 9 in Mawakib to both girls and boys. A lot of the girls don't like to hear this, but I used to enjoy the boys' classes a lot more. Sorry. The boys made me work harder at what I do. And for that, I'm grateful, because they brought out the best in me. I love teaching math, sure, but I do not remember a single lesson I taught. I do not have any recollection of lessons I planned, no idea or memory of exams I wrote or graded. What I do remember are the students, the fun we had, the camps, the sports days, the art club, the memories, every single one that we made outside the books. What stays with me are their stories, their reactions, and their impact on my life. One thing most, if not all, students do not realize is how great an impact you have on our lives. Arif was one of those students. I had the privilege of teaching him, but now I have the chance to let him know how much he means to me and to our Mawakib family. Last year, when he addressed our students in the academic awards, his natural charisma blew us away. But what moved me is how open and ready he was to commit to be with you on both occasions. It is his humility that I'm most touched by, and his heart that I truly admire. It is how he is able to remain loyal, humble, and true. It is clear this is a man who is not elevated by a title, but who himself elevates the title. I would say this is applicable to every single one of our panelists today. Thank you all for your humility. Arif Amiri is CEO of DIFC every day, but today he is an Amsi voice. He graduated from Mawakib in 1993, and it is my absolute pleasure to invite him to speak with you today. He is my prince. He is your keynote speaker. Please welcome him on stage, Mr. Arif Amiri.